I'm not sure. Like kind of talked about after the game last week. I'm just taking it one game at a time. We'll see where we're at in a few weeks. Once the season's over, body heals up a little bit, and where the team is at, and there's a lot of factors that come into it. But I'm just gonna treat it like a game. I might take it in for a second, but for me, I'm just trying to focus and try and help the team any way possible.
How much are you that you came back this year? Are you glad? I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not. Are you glad you came back this year?
Yeah, I am glad. The wins aren't there. Obviously, that's what you play the game for, is winning. You wish you could find a way to be like, oh, we're playing for a playoff spot this week or something like that. So that part's disappointing. But the camaraderie with the guys, like the locker room, the meeting room, like you don't get that anywhere else. And so I've been very happy with that.
Joel, you've been through, the seasons where there's questions about the future, whether Kevin's going to be back, and other changes. Has this month felt different than maybe previous months where that cloud was, hanging over, those questions were being asked?
I think it feels similar every time you have a bad year. The questions are there. You guys need something to talk about, and so you guys ask the questions, and the future. It's the future of the team. Like we won 3 games last year, won 4 games this year, so there's going to be those questions. For the players, we got to focus on playing the game. And I think Coach Stefanski and the staff has done a really good job of keeping that the focus. But since Stefanski's been here, there's obviously more questions than there has been because we've had a lot more success. So it's part of it, but that part's definitely upped a little bit.
Shay said after the game that you are getting rounds to him, and I'm sure a lot of your other teammates. Not that you came in the league feeling like you had to do something special, like represent this organization, but you obviously had a great mentor in Joe Thomas as well. What does that comment mean to you, and what does it mean to like the?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I appreciate that comes across. Since I've got here, learning from Joe and Alex and Greg and Schwartz, like those guys were, set the standard before me, and all I wanted to do was live up to a standard of I'm going to be here every day. I'm going to do my best, my personal best, and hopefully that helps the Cleveland Browns, And so to get that across and see that from some of your teammates is pretty special. Yeah, it's tough. You never want to see someone get banged up, and he's given a lot to this team. Like the playoff runs, the Pro Bowl seasons, all those things are in the history books. And he's probably been the guy who played O-line with the most in this league. 7 years, and so for him to go out like that, it's unfortunate. And you don't know the future. You don't know what's happening. I wish we could all just be like, hey, we won a Super Bowl, and that's how you finish your career. And it's hard when that doesn't happen for when you're on a team.
Do you think about the uncertainty of the coaching situation when you go home, or do you just like out of building and that's it? You just shut that off?
I mean, we have relationships, right? Like, you have relationships with these guys, you build relationships with these people. I'm not really talking to my kids about, is someone getting fired or not. But, like, you care for them. If you have a relationship with somebody, you obviously, care for them and want to see the best for them. So the thoughts are there, you know what I mean? But that's something that I'm sure, we'll come across that road after Sunday.
Obviously, you said like you're not thinking about your future yet, but I assume decisions that are made with coaching staff and all those things here will be a big factor in what you decide to do.
Yeah, it's all a factor. I think number one is my health, my family, like all that is the biggest thing. But then, yeah, coaching staff, who the players are going to be, direction of the organization, all those things are factors in the decision.
What do you see as the future of this offense?
Yeah, I thought the draft class, I've talked about it a bunch, but just the type of people they are is pretty special, and then the players they are helps out a lot, and I think when you have a couple good running backs, a tight end that's making those plays, some young quarterbacks that have shown some really flashes in there, like there's a lot to build on. You have draft picks coming up, you have free agency, and I think they're the right character guys, which is big. If you can, have those guys start to lead a younger offense, like it's going to be big steps for them. But I mean, you have like just good people and good players, which is hard to come by sometimes. And when you have both, it's pretty special.